I just needed to take a photo of the cure to my taste disorder. It would have all worked out. If only Dover hadn't interfered.
Ah, Gustavia. I'm trying to steal a picture of my prize, are you? That hardly seems sporting.
You!
Cure for taste disorders? Oh ho, you have a taste disorder, don't you? This is Rich, a pastry chef who can't taste.
Dover, you! Gah!
What, did Dover hit him first? That would make more sense, I think. Puny worm, you're in no position to oppose me!
Why, you?
This whole fight was fucking pointless! It should have been public knowledge from the get-go. Master's like the one who really caused this whole incident. He brought it on himself. Fuck him. I mean, fuck Dover too, and fuck Gustavia too. But seriously, fuck Master.
When I attempted to hit Dover, it struck me and sent me flying. I crashed into one of the rock salt lamps, and that was when my blood stained on it.
So Mr. Dover wasn't the first one to be injured. No, it's usually the other way around when people get killed.
To conceal my blood, I shaved away part of the rock salt lamp and mixed it into the sherbet. After that, it became a part of the lyre sculpture.
So, that's how you tried to erase your traces from the crime scene.
Dover tried to blackmail me by using his knowledge of my taste disorder. If I didn't want it to be public, I was to pay him a large sum.
So, that's the reason you killed Isaac Dover?
Exactly!
And you're laughing about it. Let me guess, you're gonna bring up the statute. But I already know that's bullshit, because I read through that thing. I'm a smarticle person. But yeah, where's your breakdown? I guess you'll give it when I reveal the statute thing to you. But I don't know, it seems weird that you have a breakdown. You know, you don't have your breakdown even though you've already confessed. You're gonna have it after. But I guess that there's some sense to it.
What reason do I have to let those who obstruct me live?
What a fucking dick. You're definitely the evilest of this case. Not even caring about what happened to your son.
He was the one who drew first blood. I simply gave him his just desserts.
Desserts, get it? So that was his motive.
I carried the rock salt lamp that brought my blood into Dover's room. Then I came up with a hiding place where it would not be easily found.
Ah, get it. That room contained plenty of tools for sculpting sherbet.
Your deduction is spot on, Sir Attorney. It was the ideal place to shave away the rock salt. I then proceeded to coat the surface of the sherbet lyre with vast amounts of the salty mixture.
But why? Why did you try to pin the crime on Monsieur Master? More importantly, when the heck did Kate see Dover in the chest, and when was he moved to the ice sculptures? What's the time frame on that?
You are wrong to blame me for that, Lady Catherine. If not for your unnecessary meddling, Sir Master would never have been a suspect.
Yeah.
Why do you think I hid the murder weapon and fluorescent cloth in Lady Delicia's room?
You were gonna pin it on her. Oh, that's much better. There's only one reason why you'd place a murder weapon in someone else's room. You wanted to pin the crime on Delicia.
Eep! Me? Yes, that is correct.
Gusty, why? Why me? You are kind of the most annoying character in the case, even if you're kind of the least evil one.
As one who sought to be the world's best confectioner, I greatly respected Sir Master. It was never my intention to cast suspicion on him, but an insolent woman who dared to sully the contest with fake desserts.
As opposed to an insolent man who dared to sully the contest with, working with other people and getting his son to taste his desserts, which he should be making on his own. Yeah, that's much better. Seriously, fuck you.
I had no problem letting someone like you take the blame for the crime.
That makes me sad.
If you hadn't snacked on other people's desserts, the body would have never been found.
Okay, now you're gonna talk about when you moved it?
It was when Sir Master would be judging Lady Delicia's room. That's when I finally saw an opportunity to freeze the body, but... before I could move the body, Lady Catherine had already discovered it.
Why? Did you need to freeze Monsieur Dover's body? Why?
Why, indeed!
Monsieur Edgeworth, please tell us. Why would Monsieur Gustavia have needed to freeze the body? Disguised as a knife sculptor to throw off the time of death to create a fake crime scene. Shit. These all seem like they could work. Disguised as a knife sculpture, throw off the time of death, create a fake crime scene. Throw off the time of the death works, I guess. Disguised as a knife sculpture, I don't think, like, would work forever. Throw off the time of death is probably why he did it. He was gonna try and give himself an alibi, I guess. Mr. Gustavia intended to freeze the body in order to throw off the time of death. And if the time of death had conflicted with the tea party, Mr. Gustavia would have been suspected. If the time of death had coincided, not conflicted, other way around, coincided with the tea party, Mr. Gustavia would have been suspected.
That is correct. Preparations were necessary to freeze the body. While I was preparing in Dover's room, I placed the body in the treasure chest in Sir Master's room.
Alright, now it gets explained. Good. Surprised I never brought that up before. When they were questioning, specifically, when Justine was questioning Hall. Probably because she's a dumb bitch.
I could think of no better hiding place at the time. But thanks to that gluttonous pharmacist, the lid of the chest broke.
But why did you just disguise him as an ice sculpture? Once the body was discovered, there would be no time to throw off the time of death. There'd be no time to throw off the time. To buy time, you needed to hide it someplace else. How horrid! How could you hide Monsieur Dover's body within one of his own works?
It all would have worked out if the body hadn't been discovered while it was in Sir Master's room. If it wasn't because of you meddling, kid. Because you were a kid at the time. It works, yes! If everything had gone according to plan, Sir Master would never have been arrested.
So, because I discovered the body, it's my fault Monsieur Master was... No, don't blame yourself. It's Gustavia's fault for killing in the first place. It's Dover's fault for attempting to blackmail. And above all else, it's Master's fault for keeping cures from the general public. Seriously, fuck Master.
Okay, don't take his words to heart. Even if suspicion hadn't fallen on Mr. Master, Miss Delicia would have taken the fall. No matter who he targeted, the one at fault here is Mr. Gustavia himself. The detective in charge of the initial investigation was also a dunce. You'd think that he never reported the missing body to the prosecutor.
Wait, are you sure? I'm pretty sure he did report it, and then, he just rolled with it. Prosecutor Von Karma indicted Mr. Master without knowing the body had vanished? I don't believe that. I see. Well, that would explain why he looked so flustered at the crime scene.
Although, it's something that would stand out if you read the official documents.
Oh, really? Could someone have intentionally distorted the information? Oh, like replace her, maybe? The detective, that is? At any rate, Von Karma found out about the missing body after he had made his indictment. Oh, so he did the indictment before he knew the body was missing? Oh. So Lacer has some conspiracy going on. We're definitely gonna run to him. That will be interesting. He might be like, our rival in Case 5 or something. Possibly. And if he had let one person be acquitted, he'd have a stain on his much prided perfect record. That's why he concealed the fact that the body was hidden, and had Mr. Master declared guilty. What are you saying? For 18 years, that man has taken the blame for your crimes. Don't you feel anything at all? To be fair, he kind of brought it on himself, but...
No, I don't care what you say.
What a monster! I'm arresting him right here, right now, Sir Passer! Let me guess, he's about to say no, and I'm about to say yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that will be impossible.
Ha 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 ha! So you figured it out!
I don't think you figured out the truth of how the statute works. You might be laughing now, but I already know how this is gonna go down.
That's correct. You have no right to sentence me.
What? But the culprit's standing right in front of us!
Ha 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 ha! Allow me to tell you the reason why you can't arrest me.
And then I'll tell you the reason why I can't. Why you can't arrest me.
It's been 18 years since I murdered Dover. The statute of limitations for murder in this country is 15 years, is it not? In other words, it's impossible for you to arrest me. I only confessed my crime because the statute of limitations had expired.
Actually, it hasn't expired. Statute of limitations for murder is 15 years? Mr. Edgeworth, is there nothing we can do?
Nug.
As long as the statute of limitations remains, arresting him is impossible. But it doesn't remain. Just let me cross-examine him already. I'm not sure which statement I need, but I already know exactly what I have to do. No way! My sincerest apologies, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Neither Mr. Gustavia's testimony nor your logic can be taken as official legal proof. The verdict of the trial 18 years ago cannot be overturned.
What?
What about the fact that Mr. Dover's body was hidden? Even if we can't arrest Mr. Gustavia, this should at least earn Mr. Masters a retrial. Really? I wonder about that. Overturning a verdict of the goddess of law is much harder than you think.
Is the PIC trying to justify the verdict from 18 years ago?
Because they're bitches, just like she is.
How unfortunate, Sir Prosecutor!
I'm really curious about the sons. I think there's definitely gonna be more to them. Maybe in the future cases. Is there nothing I can do? Is there no way to continue pursuing Mr. Gustavia? Yes, there is! The statute freezes if he goes in another country. He was in Zangfa!
18 years since I murdered Dover.
I'm just not sure which statement I want. Statute of limitations for murder in this country is 15 years. No, that's true. In other words, it's impossible for you to arrest me. I only confessed my crime because the statute of limitations had expired. You know what? Fuck all the pressing. I already know exactly what I have to do. Let's skip that bullshit. I've been pressing like every statement in like so many of these testimonies. I've been stumped for so many of these. Fuck that. I know exactly what to do. What? 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 Okay, maybe I need to hear exactly how long he was in Zangfa. Maybe that's what I need.
You say much strange things, Sir Prosecutor. At this rate, you'll never reach your father.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get it. What did you... Alright, I know what's going on. I get it now. I have to find out exactly how long he was in Zangfa. Because he was only in Zangfa for like a year, and the statue still ran out, so I have to find out.
Don't get so worked up!
I only confess because the statue... Okay, I don't know what to press, though. So, you confessed because you knew that the statute of limitations had already expired.
Ha ha ha! Of course! Who would confess otherwise? Well, I would have preferred to carry the truth of Dover's murder to my grave.
Why is that?
I am now the world's best confectioner. I wouldn't want to have such a trifling matter affect my path as an artisan of desserts.
So you let Mr. Master take the fall, while you protected your own position.
You alone I cannot forgive. My path is for me to decide. I don't need your forgiveness.
Miles, it's been a long time since your Uncle
Ray's been this angry. I feel the same way.
He's clearly despicable. I cannot allow this man to go unchecked. Even though Master brought this on in the first place, but still, he's evil clearly. I can see how he was able to escape justice for 18 years. Isn't there some way we can catch him? Yes, there is! He's an amateur at law, after all. He's no match for a real ace attorney. I'm sure there's some flaw in his plan that we can exploit. It's a pretty obvious plan, too. I just need to have him say exactly how long he was in Zangfa. An amateur at law, huh? It's been 18 years since I murdered Dover. And were you in Zangfa for how many of those years? No matter how many years have passed, your sin will never fade.
Sir Prosecutor, I'm sure you must have realized by now. There's no way you can arrest me. Arresting you would be a piece of cake for someone like Mr. Edgeworth. Isn't that right, Sir Pal, sir?
I don't think it'll be that simple. Fucking laughing animation.
It's impossible for you to arrest me.
Statute limitations for murder, yep. I just need you to talk about your time in Zangfa. It's possible that some of your actions 18 years ago were not affected by the statute.
It's been so long, I've got nothing left to hide. Ask me anything you'd like.
Oh, really? This will be a downfall right here. Could you explain to me what you did during those past 18 years?
Certainly. After the contest, the medicine from the recipe book allowed me to fully cure my taste disorder. I then immediately headed to Zangfa to train my design skills.
For how long? Wasn't seen ever since the case because he was in a foreign country. That right there is proof enough. Just add that to your testimony.
Indeed, and I'm certain that I went abroad to train. About 1 year after that case, right before Sir Master's final trial began.
1 year after the case. So, for one thing, while Master was on trial, because he was on trial as being, you know, a suspect or whatever, I even talked about this, they were going to bring this up, I knew they would. If not in this case, in a later case. So let's just, you know, to be precise, where is it? If charges are pressed, if possible accomplices are on trial, it's frozen. So for a year, it was frozen. And then for however long he was in Zangfa, it was also frozen. So, how long were you in Zangfa? That's what we get to know.
And thanks to my training, I am now confectioning unparalleled in both taste and design. Unparalleled.
You should not be proud of a position earned through the sacrifices of others.
You can't bake a cake without breaking a few eggs. Sacrifices were necessary for my goal.
That's horrible. You really are a despicable person.
Say what you will. The fact still remains that you cannot arrest me.
I have to get more information out of Mr. Gustavia. Was there anything of note in his recent testimony? His training in Zangfa, Master found nothing seems important. Both are important. More importantly, though, training in Zangfa. I need to know how long it lasted. Could you please add the details about your training in Zangfa to your testimony?
Certainly. Afterward, I trained in Zangfa to become the world's best confectioner.
For how long? You trained in Zangfa?
After the incident 18 years ago, I left on a journey. I had already decided to hone my candy crafting skills in Zangfa. Thanks to that...
How long? I need to know how long! Oh my god, Kick-Ass Dragon.
My design is incomparable to what it was in the past.
I'll give you that, but you're still a douchebag. Whoa! That's awesome!
You may have it if you'd like.
Oh, sweet! Nice. So we trained in Zangfa. For how long? Are you kidding me? How the fuck long did you train? That's what we're getting at, right? Maybe I'll just present it here. Okay, I would like to know how long, but I don't know.